No doubt.
Word, man. So I got this video, man.
Uh-huh.
It was interesting to me. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna see what y'all react. What y'all reaction is gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, see if it spark a discussion here. Let me pull this up.
I know you to be difficult because you are combative for no reason. You sit in the passenger seat and you constantly reach for the steering wheel, even in situations to where I'm not putting the car or us at risk, just because it's your natural instinct to be superwoman, as you've seen your mother grow up to be. Mm-hmm. And that's what I mean by being destructive to the relationship, because there's only so many times I'm going to let you reach for my steering wheel before I just park the car, get the fuck out, and catch Uber to somewhere else.
Just give me a fucking guideline, a fucking roadmap or something to calm me down. You're making me fucking have anxiety because I'm used to having to manage my own life. It's hard for me as a woman that has had no choice but to lead myself to just be like, okay, I'm just gonna ride in this passenger seat. Hold on, nigga, where are you going? Because you didn't tell me where we going. All we ask for as women is just give me a little roadmap.
So my question is, do she want the roadmap?
Do she want the roadmap?
Do she want the roadmap?
No. What you say, KJ?
It sounds like the women's side just don't have much trust in the men. Like if he driving the car, I mean, why you have to know exactly where we're going? If you choose to, I mean, the whole concept of you trusting within them. But then I guess these lines could be blurred because I mean, if we people get into this whole thing about talking about a partnership, then I can understand why somebody would say, "Hey, I need to know as well where we going before we embark upon this journey." But I mean, initially hearing it, I mean, just sound like there's no trust there. You don't trust, the leadership to its extent.
But you never, but she never really tried to build any trust. It's like, well, like the woman in the video, and that's from Cruise Season. Shouts to Cruise Season. Mm-hmm. The woman in the video pretty much was given explaining kind of the mentality of a lot of different women who you're not really building a life to even have a man in it. So you talk about all this stuff you got to do for yourself, but then turn around and say, well, I want a man to lead me, but you don't never really build a life to follow anybody. So even when you get into that situation of being in a relationship, you never will trust them because you never planned to.
Yeah. I mean, when I see like women like that now, at one point, I would say, yeah, give her a roadmap. But I think you should still share things with her. Like she shouldn't be
blind and in the dark.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like I don't think nowadays ain't too many women that just trying to follow a man like that. A lot of people have been hurt. I guess it's also about timing. Like, yo, what age in life? Like a lot of these women who I see do that going through a rebuild stage in their life, like they've been hurt, and like that's like a bitter woman issue, man. Like the scorners. I see that's just a scorn woman talking. She needs a certain roadmap, but she don't have one herself. And that's why I was like, yo, you probably asking him for a roadmap, but do you have one for life? You're talking about just working. That's just routine. Routines don't necessarily mean you have a roadmap to go somewhere. So it's like I just look at it like, man, that's just an excuse of not wanting to be with that guy, but he probably don't hear it. And those women you got to go let be alone. Because really,
I think it's more of a response though. Like her position is more of a response to like how men walk this whole avenue of leadership and guiding the way. So she can have a roadmap for her own life, but the difference is when you choose to join with someone else, that's when it shifts. Because it ain't typically you now walking your own path. Now you're choosing to walk a path for somebody else.
Yeah, but what kind of roadmap they want?
They
You want a
want one
financial
that,
roadmap?
but they want one that involves 2 roadmaps.
Well, I mean, what a financial roadmap? What spiritual roadmap? What
It's
roadmap
like
you want?
I
It
look
depends
at
on
it
what it
like
is that she's valuing.
Yeah, I mean that gotta be answered too. It's like, what roadmap do you need? What destination you trying to figure out to get how we getting to? I mean, you just can't tell me, give you a roadmap. If you're gonna rock out and you believe I'm gonna provide the best life, that is the thing. Is like, can I provide a good life? The roadmap don't really matter if you ain't if she don't have a thought in already in mind, a plan to go to. So it's like the whole thing is comfort of life, right? Am I able to provide a good life? You want to know where it ends at? You're gonna end when everybody else end at, like with death. Like the thing is comfort of life, right? I mean, that's why I'm like, what roadmaps you really want?
I
I
guess
mean,
just
yeah, of course.
a heads up of what the destination is, but there's not really ever a destination. There's there's places you go, but you just there's no end result. Like the end result, like you said, is death. Like there is no end result that can be explained. It's like
I
we
mean,
just going through this journey. We
how you
going through
feel
this
about having to
journey.
prove yourself to a person? Like to me, at the end of this, like prove yourself to me. Like I ain't prove. Like how you feel about proving yourself to someone?
I think all parties should.
I think you should
In what
approve
way?
yourself.
And how should we? In what manners?
I think it's based upon what it is that that person wants. I think that if you are trying to seeking out the appeal for a certain woman, and whatever it is that she has there that she's in search of is what you have to step up to. And I think it's the same vice versa.
I think the proof really is about proving that you are what you say you are and your integrity and your character. And if you told her or anybody else in general, this is what I do, this is who I am, then you got to prove it.
But what if you
But
proving
aside
yourself to
from
her? But what if you proving yourself to her and she don't see no reason to prove herself to you?
no, she should be proving herself to you.
Yeah, I think it goes
That's
both
that's
ways.
why I say that's the reciprocity of it. Like I'm not gonna
You know, a
prove
lot of
nothing to you, and you
women
don't.
feel
You
like
you just sit back and look,
a lot of women feel like they don't have to prove themselves to a man. Like they say,
and that's
set
why
me as
they
I am, but then there's my whole thing. They say, set me as my I am, but then prove yourself to me.
that's why she has no roadmap.
That's my
Because why would
point.
I give you a roadmap if you haven't even proven that you can read one?
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna receive it. So why give it to you? You got to prove that. Men will give it if it's shown that it can be received.
Yeah.
And even if he does give it, if I give you the roadmap and you come in with your own value and alignment of where you want to go, then it don't matter if I show you the roadmap because you're gonna put your hand on the steering wheel to try to turn me another way anyhow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that goes back into the whole faith thing. Because then if you give it to now, she has to then trust
Yeah,
in where it is moving.
Yeah. I see a lot of people who have slanted tables, like one side of the table leaning, and they're not taking in none of their life circumstances and want somebody to be way more than what they can offer or be or become. Um, because they're not even thinking about becoming certain things. Like I think about like for example, uh a person who has already gotten to a bunch of debt might want you to be debt free, but don't even handle their own debt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't understand like how I keep seeing this in reality amongst men and women, and it go for both sides. But I be talking like, and that's another reason why I can't dedicate this a lot of women that I don't meet so far. It's like, yo, you're side leaning. Like you got more issues that make me you got more losses that you got more losses that you're not counting. You know what I mean? It's like losses there that you're not counting, and you don't see it as an issue, but it is an issue. You got to weigh these factors in.
I mean, people ask a lot now. They ask for what they can't even reciprocate.
Yeah,
Like you asking, I want him to not have baby mama drama, but you got issues with your baby daddy. I want him to be stable in life, but you don't even know what you want to do with your life. Like you don't have any type of replication to actually ask for what you're asking for. So at that point, you put yourself in a vulnerable space.
Yeah.
But I do agree with Kev on that. Like with the video, if you claim I'm submissive, if you claim that you will follow him, then follow him.
You got to trust him.
You got to trust him.
Yeah, but it's my thing too. If you're a man who is living out your purpose, right? Why should I have to prove anything if I'm living it? Can't you see it? You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I like my whole thing about proving something. You should already see it. If you can't see it in me, it's not there, then I don't got to prove nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like my whole thing is I already have something that I shouldn't have to prove. I already got it.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, so I'm like,
well, if it's there, then that means that the proof is there.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm like, I don't feel I need to prove anything when I am the proof.
But the proof isn't there because you actually have the proof. But if her reason for being with you isn't there, then you haven't shown anything. That's where the discrepancy comes in. It ain't really about your purpose. It's about her purpose for being with you.
Yeah, that's why that's how I answered it in the beginning. It depends on where the value lies. You know what I'm saying? For her, for this, before we can even walk further, we got to address where it is that you want to be. So we're using this roadmap thing. First of all, it don't need for me to show you a roadmap if I don't first where you trying to go, first of all. Because this roadmap would be me telling you where I'm trying to go. Mm-hmm. So we got to first establish where you trying to go first. You might not be wanting to go where I want to go. Or you might want to travel, but you might want to get off halfway.
And that's why I see, that's why I see a lot too. Like, they're not really on the roadmap to go, you're going to go out anyway. Mm-hmm. I mean, a lot of them have independent mind frames now, and they just want you to, you know, I guess depending on what kind of life you want. I just know I just can't do it. I don't do that.
And that's why I said
two-head type of viewpoints.
Yeah, and that's why I said a lot of women don't build a life that actually involves a man to be in it. They don't even build it to have space for the man to be in it. It's like you got this jar, you got this glass of water, and you do everything in your life. You fill the glass up at the top, and you done got your degree, you done got your life together, you got your kids, all this other stuff. The glass is filled to the top. And then you try to say, well, you know what, I want a relationship. Where's that gonna fit?
Yeah.
Definitely. Now you want to have a relation, you want to fill the bottle or the glass up to the top with water and then put a relationship on top of it and still keep the same glass of water. Like you don't want to get rid of anything to make space for it.
It's that space that they talk about when they keep saying that women want it all.
And that's what it be sounding like.
Yeah, and then when I hear stuff like that, I be thinking about tools, and I just can't be a tool. I go back to that too. Like I ain't being a tool for nobody, yo. You know what I mean? You can go ahead and kick rocks, yo. Regardless of what, like I hear it. The thing is, I see a lot of men. I understand, man. A lot of guys, like this is just my thing. A lot of people just bow down to that point of view. I'm having a hard time even bowing down on this point of view. Like I try to see it, man. I really do. Like. Man, this might be a nice situation to get married and have kids. But I was like, ain't no way in the world I'm gonna fall into this slavery of these modern day women. Nobody. Not happening.